Start, Anchan.
Yeah. Hi, good evening, everyone. Good evening for the people who are coming at first time for UAE PMI chapter webinar series. We welcome you all, those who are on time. Congratulations. And we will just wait for a couple of more minutes to come the rest of the crowd with us. We see the people are joining us. So we welcome you all on board with us and to have a good time and good learning. You see I think the number is going to cross 100 very soon. And a couple of new names also I'm seeing now. So welcome to the people who are joining first time and the repeated people who have been with us. Thank you for being so kind and with us for a longer time. We have been doing this webinar series as a monthly, twice most of the time, as a kind of pattern, as a kind of discipline. Of course, with the Ramadan timing, we had stopped during the last month, but we are back here. So we are back to the full flow, and this is our first webinar after the Ramadan. And I hope so it will be quite a good one for all of us. We have already crossed 100 people. So good evening, good morning, or good afternoon, based on the different time zone if you're joining it from. Feel free to introduce yourself in the chat section, and you can write from your location as well as from your industry what you belong to introduce yourself to rest of the members if you want to network around there. We will formally start in 2 more minutes, and then we will launch ourselves into the full-fledged webinar flow. So I see already 110 almost joined us now, which is a good number now. I'm seeing the chats. Good. The people are started posting out their location. And if you want, you can tell about their industry also, which sector you belong to. That also helps sometimes. So we see the people from all over, from Middle East, of course, who are joining us. Marhaba to all of you. And people are coming from India. Good. Sri Lanka. Great. Good. So I think that's a pretty good number. So now we can formally start with this. So let me introduce myself. Now, my name is Anchal Chaube, and I'm your official host and moderator tonight for this particular webinar series. I represent PMI UAE chapter events team over here, and I'm being joined with Mr. Amir Ali and Joyce at the back end, who is helping us in terms of setting up the Zoom sessions. Also with us, we have our esteemed speaker and guest, Mr. Varun Anand, who is joining us from US time zone. And of course, he's in New York at the moment. But we thank him all to come on this side and then doing this particular webinar for us in different time zone. Meanwhile, this particular webinar is going to last for an hour or 10 minutes, something like that, roughly, in which we are going to discuss the topic of the day. What is the topic? So the topic is, as we all know, is much relevant to all of us because a lot of people are coming from project management background, being from the PMI, and option is basically what we're trying to strive is around how to land a particular project manager job in next 60 days. I think that's something interesting. And what are the different secret techniques which we are going to learn from Mr. Varun to understand and to really explore that how is those techniques can be applied with whatever the skill levels what we have or you have as a project manager and you want to switch for the job or you're looking for the new job or you want to get into the first job, whatever it is. Before we take the deep dive with our esteemed speaker, I would like to put forth some housekeeping notes for all of us. Particularly, this has a set agenda because we have a brief introduction of the chapter itself, which I'm going to take after immediately now. With that, we have a couple of slides which we'll go through, and then after I will introduce Mr. Varun as well, and then basically we have an option to ask the questions at the end as well. So we particularly want the people to put their questions into the Q&A section of the Zoom session. So I can pile them up and basically segregate them logically if we can answer them out at the end of the session. Meanwhile, If any questions comes in between, which Mr. Varun is asking, obviously you can reply to them and respond to them in the chat section. We have also particular news which we want to share with all of you, specifically if you're joining it from Middle East and you are looking forward for the annual gathering session for the PMI UAE chapter. We have this annual gathering session getting in this month on 27th of April. Of course, it is being held in Dubai, Expo City over here. So we welcome all the members. If you are already around in Dubai during this time, we welcome all of you to join and being the part of this particular great session. It will be a kind of half day kind of session. Of course, the agenda will be shared later on there. But meanwhile, the people who want to come from outside, they are also welcome. And we would like to see all of you there in person as well. So with that in mind, allow me to share my screen quickly so that will give you a good idea that who we are and what we are trying to do. So let me share my screen to introduce the chapter quickly, and then we will take it ahead. Great. So this chapter is a particular UAE chapter, is the part of Project Management Institute. Of course, we know that the Project Management Institute is being founded in US way back in 1969 by the group of working project managers. Now, with that 50 years has gone in far, I think PMI is going strong and has been one of the reputed organization who is definitely a source and resource for all the great things around project management fraternity. We are one of the largest profession association, and of course, we offer training, accreditation, and a lot of community offerings as well. Particularly coming back to the UAE. So UAE chapter, we have our own vision of the chapter, which goes like to empower and influence the individuals, which all of you are, basically with the innovative project economy principles, to turn their ideas into reality. To make that vision possible, the mission statement goes like that: to disrupt and create value driven opportunities to all our chapter members and partners to become agile, innovative, and productive in the platform for the growth of project economy. So with that mission and vision, we have the chapters and we have the chapter members board. You can see 100% run by volunteers. Proud to say that we are 4,000 plus already. With that, we are ranked among the top 5 chapters in the EMA region. We are trying to focus on the leading industry practices and trends, and we are trying to aspire the project managers and also the PMI holders in the fraternity of project and program management. Also, we depend on you to make our chapter initiatives and activities as much integrating possible so that we can get the inputs, feedback, and we can also add value back to guys. This is our board being led by Mr. Adil Sultan at the center as a president, and rest of the director of governance and marketing, media, and rest of the directors, as you can read from the slide, who are accompanying him from leading this forefront chapter exercises together. Coming to the membership benefits, of course, the chapter has its own benefits to being the part of members. So we have networking pillar, we have a learning, knowledge, sharing pillar, career growth and events. So this particular webinar, which we are doing today, is the part of event section. We have the few innovative initiatives which we introduced last year, and we are continuing over them. One is the member corner and one is the spotlight. So being the part of the chapter, you have an opportunity to really share your thoughts, expertise, and that really get wider particular marketing so that you can get it highlighted onto the chapter website as well, and also we issue the newsletter as well to that. If you want to use this particular opportunities, please write it to newsletters@pmiua.org. If you want to gather more information specifically about the chapter, we have the website pmiua.org, and you have a separate email addresses. So the people who are having any kind of concerns or questions, definitely shoot out the email to them. This particular webinar is going to fetch you 2 PDUs, and those PDUs will be getting credited to your account automatically if you are registered this webinar with your PMI email registered address. Of course, please follow us on social media handles. We are all over everywhere, and these webinars are being recorded and will be published as a part of the UAE chapter YouTube channel. So with that, I think I'm going to take a break with the point of view that let me introduce Mr. Varun, who is waiting eagerly to share his knowledge with us. Mr. Varun is the founder and CEO of eDU HubSpot, a globally recognized career coaching platform. that has transformed the jobs and the job searching processes for the thousands of the people. In North America, leading career coach, he is also having the decade of experience in helping professionals and break through their career barriers, securing high-paying jobs, and unlocking their own potential. He has 50,000 plus success stories. In his mentees, we have landed the top roles in industry giants like Apple, Meta, Google, Microsoft, Amazon, Tesla, and so on and so forth. I think with that, the huge round of things which we can really see his credentials, Varun. We really heartily welcome you on board. And then, without any further ado, I would give the opportunity to you to bring us together with your knowledge sharing.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Achal. I hope everyone can hear my voice properly. Can you please type it on the chat if my voice is loud and clear for everyone?
Yes, fine.
Yes, thank you, Chandramouli. Thank you, Jacob. Thank you, Bara. Thank you, Sunil. Amazing, loud and clear. Perfect, perfect. Let's get started. Sorry, I know that Anchal already took my first statement. I typically start with the introduction that share with me where are you all from. Anchal already took that from me. But I was reading through everyone. I hope everyone is doing good. My name is Varun. Let me share my screen and then we get started. Okay. Perfect. Few things, a few ground rules kind of things. First of all, we want to make sure that on the chat, there is either a section where you talk to everyone or you talk to host and panelist. So sometimes by default, based on your Zoom settings, it comes to host and panelist. I would like all of you to change those settings from host and panelist to everyone so that everyone can see the list of questions you may have. So let's make it a collaborative event and then we go from there. Perfect. Okay, so this is me, North America's leading career coach. I have students all over the world in the Middle East region. A lot of people have taken trainings from me on the project management side, specifically on PMP, ACP, and I see a lot of names on the chat which are very familiar to me. I know they are my students on past, and yeah, that's me. Amazing. Let me share with you my LinkedIn credential. I've shared with you all my LinkedIn credentials. So if you would like to get connected with me on LinkedIn, you can click on the link above and then we go from there. Okay. Perfect. Okay. Now, as I said, few ground rules. First of all, please talk on the chat. If you have questions, if you have doubts, this makes the entire conversation very interactive. If you have any doubts, anything, you can put it in the Q&A box so that we can look at those questions in the end. But for generic questions here and there, where whatever we are talking, you can put those questions directly in the chat box so that I can answer it from there. Virginia, you helped me to get my started. Thank you, Virginia. Thank you. Amazing. Thank you so much. Okay, and the complete focus. Please no distractions. I know a lot of times because the video is not on, we are doing multitasking. I'll promise you one thing today. This entire 1 hour session, I will give value to you. This is my promise, and I will be taking feedback from you from time to time when we go through this process. But do this for me, do this for yourself, that if you are looking for change in job, if that is one of your way, one of your goal for 2025, then don't do multitasking. I will promise you that you will get a value from me, but don't do multitasking because this is definitely going to help you out. The strategies which I will share with you. Okay. Just okay. So now, who is the target audience? Okay, let me ask this question. How many of you are looking for jobs? Type yes or no on the chat. Are you looking for job? Are you looking for change? Yes. Okay, amazing. Perfect. So a lot of people. What are the reasons why people are looking for job? Because people are applying for jobs and they are not getting any response, right? That is one of the reason. People are not satisfied with their current salary. That is why people look for job, or they want to change their industry. This is another reason that a lot of times people want to change their industry. They are working on something and now they want to make a change. And most importantly, please don't mind putting in the desired, the hard work. That is very important. Remember one thing, I'm a stranger for you all, right? I can't help you if you are not ready to put in the hard work. What is more important is that you need to do the activities, the things which I will share it with you in this masterclass today, in this webinar today. It's your goal. Your reason should be, while going back, do the things which I will ask you. They are very, very important. But if you don't put in the hard work, and if you expect that magically something would happen, it's not going to happen. I always say this, that the sun sets down every day. Similarly, the sun rises also every day. Don't lose hope. Don't lose patience. Keep on doing it until and unless you get what you want. This is not just true for the job. This is true for everything in the life. Don't give up. Keep on continuing. If the sun has already set, one day it will rise. That one day can be tomorrow. That one day can be after 20 days. That one day can be after 2 months. Don't get demotivated. Very, very, very important. Okay. Now, oops, sorry. So first of all, most corporates end up working for the wrong company. Now, this is a very, it's like a truth statement. It's like a truth bomb. Now, what do I mean by that? When we work for an organization, we continue to work for an organization, and then something or the other comes in their personal life that they don't have the motivation to go ahead and make changes. Now, until unless you reach out to your network, you reach out to the people around, or you go ahead and start applying for jobs, you will not get a job. So what happens is like, okay, I'm happy, things are going on, it's okay. But remember, there is always an opportunity out there. All you need to do is just go ahead and grab that opportunity. And to grab that opportunity, you have to put in the hard work. Trust me on that. Now let me put a poll. Can we show a poll? Whosoever has the access, is there
Yeah,
a possibility? Can we show poll number one, please? Yes,
yes, here is
please.
that.
So you have the question in front of you. I would like all of you to put the answer on the poll, please. Okay. Perfect. Last 10 seconds. Okay, let's end the poll, please. Can we show the results? Okay. So let's see this. Where would you categorize yourself? Are you someone who is struggling financially? Do you feel that you are being under recognized? So we have 21% of people who are struggling financially. This means that most likely 21% of the people are unemployed right now. 38% of people are working somewhere, but they feel that they are under recognized or appreciated. This means you need to go out and make a change. 14% of people said no work life balance. This means they're putting so much effort into something which is not giving the end results which they expect. Office politics, small percentage. E is like I'm employed but face all the challenges, all challenges. Not just one challenge which happened. There are multiple challenges, and 14% people said I'm unemployed, and only 5% of people said I'm happy with my current role. Just imagine, there are hundreds of people out here, and only 5% of people are saying that I'm happy with the current role. Isn't it strange? So what does this means? This means that we need to put the effort which is needed to make that change. Very, very, very important. Keep that in mind. Okay. So what's the agenda? What we're going to do today? I will be sharing with you first a framework of what is the traditional framework which we are using, and we will compare it with the new framework which I will teach you in this masterclass today. Okay. Then I will be sharing with you my 3 secret techniques. Each secret techniques will have 4 steps required for it. What is your goal? What is the end result from it? When you go back, you start using this framework and these 4 steps one by one. Trust me on this, you will start getting the calls if you follow this entire process end to end. Don't give up. Market conditions are bad, yes, but if you give up, then definitely you're not going to hear up. But if you continue to do things the way I ask you, the results will show. It may not show within 30 days. It may take some time. Every person is different. Their profile, their industry is different, but results will show. So please make sure you follow these steps end to end. Okay. So what is the goal of this masterclass? The only way for you to land your dream job is by applying to hundreds of jobs on a daily basis on LinkedIn, Indeed, or any other portal, whatever it is. That is my goal. That is what I want to teach you. In fact, I want to teach you exactly opposite. Most likely you are already doing this. You're already applying to these jobs, I don't know, 10 a day or 20 a day or 50 a day. And still, if you're not hearing back, this means there is some problem. And until and unless you fix that problem, the results will not show up. What I'm going to do in this masterclass today, I will share with you those hidden strategies and techniques which you should go back and make those changes at your end. Okay. Now, is it okay if I take few minutes of your time to share with you how this got started so that you can understand the background behind all these tricks and techniques which I am sharing with you? Is that okay if I take another 2 minutes to tell you how this all got started? I can move directly to the secret techniques also, but I feel like it's important for you to understand that. Okay. Yes, absolutely. Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. Thank you. So the handsome person on the left, that's my dad. So my father, retired mathematics professor. So when someone asked me, Varun, how did you get these techniques, tricks, and techniques? I always credit it to him. It's because of him I'm here, what I'm doing. It's the way he used to teach me. That is what I have learned. So my father is a professor, and I became a professor and a teacher as well uh, on that. So a couple of years back, I was working for Fortune 500 companies. I worked for a company for more than 8+ years, but unfortunately, I got laid off. Yes, I was thrown out of the job, not thrown out, I was laid off nicely. And the reason which they told me was that, Varun, it's a company wide layoff. We can't do anything about it. We are sorry. I was the top performer. In fact, I was teaching project managers, but I myself got laid off. And it was such a complete shock for me that how can I be laid off when I'm doing my best work out there? And that is when I realized when companies take these decisions, they take these decisions at a totally strategic level, totally different aspect, which you might not be even aware of. But this hit me hard, and I was very demotivated. I remember, I was like so emotional. I shared it with my wife that things like this happen, but I didn't give up. So I continued to make those changes for myself. Now I have trained thousands and thousands of people. Um, One of my student was actually a recruiter. So I reached out to the recruiter and asked that, hey, can you help me out? I'm looking for a job and things have happened. Can you help me out with the resume? That recruiter replied that, Varun, your resume is not ATS compliant. That was the first time I even came to know that what is ATS compliant. Like what does ATS means? So ATS is applicant tracking system. Now, what does applicant tracking system? Think from this perspective that if you're applying for a job, don't imagine that a recruiter is looking at your resume or application straight away. No, the ATS is actually looking at that your resume, giving a score for your application, like 8 out of 10, 6 out of 10. And there are certain parameters which the company set it up on their end so that it becomes easier for them to shortlist the candidates. Let me ask you this question. And I know this is not related to Middle East UAE region, but it's a very big tech company and the position was project manager. It was based out of San Francisco. Just take a wild guess. How many people do you think applied for a project manager job based out of San Francisco, California? What do you think? What is the number in your mind? What do you think? How many people? 250, 500, 1000? 1,000, 5,000, 300K. No, Jacob, it was not 300K. We're not talking about the salary here. Uh, but I'll give you the answer. The answer was 31,000. And if I see that Abdul just said in UAE, normally it goes to 300, I don't agree to that statement. I 100% don't agree to that statement. Why 100% I don't agree to that statement is in this just poll itself, we have close to 200 people out there. Only 5% of people said that they are not satisfied. Out of 200, just 5% of people. What is 5%? That's 10 people. This means 190 people are interested in this. And there are so many people out there in UAE. Then there are so many people in Saudi Arabia, in Kuwait, in Qatar who wants to move to UAE. So the influx of people who are applying for a particular job is in thousands. The job in San Francisco, California, there were 31,000 applicants. In UAE, it must be easily 1,000 people. So just imagine if you're applying for a job, do you think a recruiter will go through those thousands of applications? It's not humanly possible because they just need one person. ATS is applicant tracking system. So same thing. That was the first time it was like a light bulb moment for me that what is this ATS? I have no clue about it. Okay, then I did my research, worked on it, and corrected that ATS. Now, once I made my resume out of, based on the ATS and everything, my ATS score became very good. I started applying for jobs. Now, of course, the results became better, but it was not up to the expectations where I see something was still missing. So, what I did, I reached out to these ATS companies who give this product as a service to all the big companies just to understand. So, I reached out to them as a customer and we wanted a HR system for our organization as well. I reached out to them posing that, I want to use an ATS system. So they shared with me the entire portfolio. They shared with me how things are done. I tried to understand which particular product is good for us from our organization capability, but that actually gave me the knowledge how ATS actually works. I started setting up demos just to understand how it actually works. And then once I understood that how ATS actually works, I came back and made those changes on my resume to make sure that I start to get interview calls. And trust me, this resume which I shared, which I'm sharing with you on the screen, the same resume actually got me an interview call from Amazon, from Apple, from eBay, from Microsoft. Same resume, I got it from all these companies, and they are pretty big names, at least in US, I would say. I got it just from this particular resume. It looks simple, neat, and clean, if you ask me. But what is so special about it? It's the way the things which are written in this resume that makes it stands out. That's the whole goal. And now the challenge for me was that can I use this resume with my students as well, like something which I can make those changes. And then I started making the similar kind of changes, started working out with my students. I know I look different now and there, but for me it was all about the value at that time because I was discussing with them on the interview stuff. And for me it doesn't matter how I look, what matters was the value which I was giving to them. And then people, my students, also started to get interview calls based on the things which were making. So I now know that now it's been such a long time. I've had thousands of people. I know that this entire thing would work. And then I just started doing it for everyone. Gifts started to pour in, and that is where this entire concept, We in a Circle, was born. This is my home, Anand's. You can see that's my last name. And we started from here. And now I will be sharing with you all these techniques in next three secret techniques. But before we discuss the secret techniques, it's very important to understand the framework behind it. Now, what do I mean by framework? 95% of people use this CDL framework. CDL framework is career denial loop. 95% of people. Now, what does CDL framework means? I'll show it to you. Let's go to So this is, let's go to our LinkedIn. Whatever platform you use, all these platforms are similar. I just use LinkedIn as one of the example, just for you to take an example. So what do people do? People go on their job section. You see this job section? They click on this job section. When they click on this job section, what do? They type on the top project manager, right? Whatever title you want to look. And this logic rule applies to whatever job title, whatever position you want to apply. It doesn't matter. The dynamics, the logic behind is different. You type over here and then you see some list of results coming with, then you start clicking on apply. Then you go to another one, you start seeing this apply. You click on apply, easy apply, right? That's the traditional way of doing. So that's where now, what is it? Now we need to wait for the hiring manager. We need to wait for the recruiter to reach out to us out of thousands of people who have applied for the same job that, hey, I will get an interview call and then I will give my best. Mostly people are good with what they say. They know their work in and out. But the problem comes is they don't get the interview call. So if we can fix the first problem so that they can get the interview calls, then second problem, which is what to do, what to say in the interview, becomes a secondary problem. And that is a little bit easier as compared to getting the interview calls. Okay. Now, so that's your CDL framework, which I just shared it with you. I want to compare this with the CAP framework. Now, what is CAP framework? CAP framework is a specific laser focused approach. It's minimal competition, premium jobs that results in premium pay. Focus on companies' need, you get the upper edge, multiple job offers. Okay, now what do I mean by that? I know all this looks good on paper, but what does CAP framework means? Let me go to this section, right? That's one way of doing it. Now, see this. So this is one of my student, both are my students. What I did, I reached out. So this person, his name is Asim, is looking for a job in one of the companies. Okay. And this company name is Sanofi. Sanofi is a multi-billion dollar company, very big pharmaceutical company. So what I did, this person who is looking for a job, I connected this person with this person who works with Sanofi, right? With the same company. Now, most of the times what we do, we reach out to people, we reach out to our friends, we reach out to our colleagues and say that, hey, do you know, do you see any position, a project manager position in your company? If so, this is my resume. I get hundreds of messages on a daily basis. I'm not denying that. Hey, Varun, do you know any, can you put me over there? Like it's, and we do that. That is known as cold messaging. Cold messaging means that we are reaching out to bunch of strangers. When you reach out to 10 people, probably as a stranger, you will get a response from one person, two people maximum. And like if you get a response from two people, you are lucky. Consider yourself lucky. This is not how gonna work. Why? Because the other person, the stranger whom you are reaching out to, they don't care about you. They don't know you. Why would they help someone, a stranger on the net? They will not. But if you reach out to them and you share with them specifically what you are looking for them, then out of 10 people you reach out, maybe 3 people reply, maybe 4 people reply, because you are reaching out and sharing with them a specific approach. Now, what do I mean by that? I'm going to share it with you then and there. And again, all these tricks and techniques, you can do it on your own. You don't need to spend even a single dollar or penny for this. Stop paying monies to all these career gurus that, hey, all these. No, please. It's you who can actually make a difference. It's just the tricks and techniques which you need to do. So I will share it with you right away. So see this. I reached out to, hey, Budumuri, I need one help. One of my friends is looking for a job in Sanofi, and I see you are, he found a relevant opening. This is the job title, this is the location, and this is this. Can you please put a referral for him? I've seen in past, if internal employees refers to someone else, then the chances of getting an interview call increases. So what I did, I connected the person who was looking for a job with the person who works in the same company. I gave them the job ID, I gave them the job link, and I just connected with them. And that's what the magic happens. I would be more than happy to take care of this. I will ensure it gets done. See this. Now, if you can say that, hey, Varun, you have pretty good following. That's why people are responding to you. Yes, I get that. I am with you on that. I get responses. If I reach out to 10 people, probably 8, 9 people will reply back to me. This may not work for you. However, if you go into specifics with them, like this is the job link, this is the job ID, and you share with them a personal story of what is happening in your life, not in 3, 4 paragraphs. No, a very small message. Nobody has time to read your entire 3, 4 pages of things which you have written. When you start reaching out to them, out of 10 people, 3 people will reply to you, 4 people will reply to you. And then those 3, 4 people, when you constantly do this n number of times, someday or the other, you will get an interview call. And then that's depending on you. And this is what just happened. I know this person will do well in the interview, and then this person replied back, thank you, I've also shared the job link. So this the job link was shared with that person just to make it easier. And then, hey Asim, I've referred you, you may receive an email soon requesting you to provide your details. And that happened. Jan 31 replied back, hey, I heard back, it's talent, thank you for all the help. And finally, on March 10th. It took time. It's not easy. The first time I reached out to this person was Jan 20th. After all the conversations, this person got a job on March 10th, and see the response. Wanted to share, I have joined as the head of internal, blah, 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 blah. See this. It worked. It will work. What we need to do is we just need to increase the probability of it. Sometimes people will not respond to you. Let me show you another message, right? Okay. Oh, sorry. Okay. Like this is Sridhar. Another example. I reached out, I connected over there, and see this. Now, same example. I sent a similar message for somebody else. Thanks for, I would happy to for the senior director roles at Oracle, big company, right? And then this person shared the screenshot that done. Now I didn't stop here. Now see the magic what I did next. Hey Sridhar, thank you so much for putting in a referral. It means a lot. I will never forget that. Can I ask you for one additional step? Read this carefully, and all you have to do is you have to just do a copy paste here. In the internal company job portal, you may be seeing who the recruiter or hiring manager is, right? Do you mind sending this below email to any one of them? In this case, the chances of getting an interview call significantly increase. Sorry for asking this additional step, but the current market scenario is bad, and that any additional help will go a long way for someone. I have drafted everything for you, and you can make the necessary edits if needed. But honestly, you just have to put in the hiring recruiter name in the beginning and your details in the end. I even crafted that message and email for the person so that all that person has to do is just do a copy paste. And this is where the message goes. Dear this, I hope this, I wanted to bring to you, this is a position. I specifically gave the job ID. If you see this, job ID is given to that person. And this Kush has an extensive in leading, blah, 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 blah. I've already submitted through the internal portal and I highly encourage you to this. And then the response came, Sridhar will do. And then I followed up again. So remember, never hesitate to follow up. Thanks for the reminder. I've sent an email. And see this. This person showed me the proofs also that this person has sent the mail. Now, as in whosoever this person is, Greg or Stephen, this person is like morally bound to reply to that person who has internally referred because they followed a process. Now, when you do this, some people might not respond to you. Some people might not listen to you. But some people will listen to you and will do those steps which I'm asking you to do. And trust me, this is where you will start getting the interview. And this is known as the CAP framework, which I just shared it with you on that. Okay, now let's start talking about these secret techniques step by step. Now, before I do that, can you put the poll number 2, please? Can someone, Achal or Amir, can you do that, please?
Sure.
Yeah. So the question is, what do you think is the most important element in your job search? First, resume. Second, LinkedIn. Or third, how to do the job search. What do you think is the most important element? Okay, last 10 seconds, please. Okay, let's end the poll, please. Perfect. Can we share the results? 39% of people think resume is the most important. Just 15% of people think LinkedIn is the most important. And 46% of people think that how to do the job search is important. And the correct answer is none of the above or all of the above. What do I mean by that? All these three things are important. all of the above. However, if you don't have a resume, it will not, just resume will not help, just LinkedIn will not help, and just how to do a job search will not help. Always remember, you will get an interview call because of your network, because of the networking tricks, techniques which you are using. It's your, a stranger on LinkedIn might network you, might refer you. That is how you will get job. And just go back to the time how you got a job in Dubai. How was it? Did you were applying it through a portal and that's how you got it? Great. But things have so significantly changed now at this point of time. Companies prefer more referrals as compared to directly going on their website and applying. But when an internal employee refers, then the chances of getting an interview call increases a lot. Okay. Fabia asks, are you asking to directly message to recruiter or somebody in the company? I am not asking you to reach out to recruiter. If you reach out to recruiter, you may get a response. You may not get a response. What I am asking that you should reach out to the person in that company who can refer it for you. And then I'm asking that person, whosoever that person is, to send a message to recruiter, an email, or to the hiring manager introducing you to do that. That is when you will get the interview call. If you send out a cold message to a recruiter or a hiring manager, the chances of you getting an interview call is very minimal as compared to the route if you take it like this. So it's a different strategy which I'm asking you to do over here. Okay. Now, so the three secret techniques are based on all these three things. Secret number one is about resume. Secret number two is about LinkedIn. And secret number three is about how to do the job search. So I will be teaching with you all these things step by step. What is the aspect at your end? What is the homework from your end? Go back and follow these steps. So first secret is the code breaker technique. Code breaker technique is how to craft a resume that outsmarts the ATS and turn your resume into a recruiter magnet. So the first step and the most challenging option is always that you don't get the interview call. So our first focus should be to make sure that we correct the resume part, because resume is your face. They don't know you. They know you just through your resume. So first we need to fix the resume, and for that an ATS, applicant tracking system resume, is the most important thing. So step number one is create a resume that 98.3% of companies cannot ignore. Trust me, there are, if you are talking about a big company, 100% of the companies are using ATS. The reason why you see 98.3% of the companies is the remaining 2% is smaller level companies who directly hire, who ask, like, send an email to this to be considered, send a message or do a Google form, things like that. If happening, this means they are not using an ATS software. But mostly medium to bigger level companies, small cap to large cap companies are medium cap to large cap companies are using ATS. So you need to focus on the ATS first, which is the most important thing. Now, Jacob, I'm going to come to your question. Give me some time. I'll come to your question. Next is start ignoring the clickbaits. Now, what is clickbaits? Clickbaits is um, when you start looking for ATS, right? You will say that, hey, I need an ATS resume. Type it on Google. You'll probably get 1,000 results. Now, please, and if someone says that, hey, do this and you will get, we will charge you 180 and we'll make a resume for you. Please don't get fooled by those marketing gimmicks. Those are marketing gimmicks. I'm openly saying that nobody knows better than you. Stop using these softwares. All you need is a neat and clean template. What is more important is what are the things which you will write in that resume. That is where the ATS score will improve. That is the most important thing. Keep that in mind. Never give any money to any person to make your own resume. If you're doing that, you're just being lazy. And if you expect that results will change because you got a resume professionally done from someone, no. I never make anybody's resume. I'm a career coach, but I never make. You know why I never make? Because if I will do that on their behalf, then I probably know 20% about you, 30% about you. Whatever you will tell me, I know. But when you do it yourself, when you start doing it, you know everything about yourself. All you need is just the right direction. If a right direction is given, nobody knows better than you. So most importantly, ignore these clickbaits and do this hard work yourself. Don't rely on external services or products to make this resume for you. That's the problem number one, which we typically. Now, you see this example. This is a resume which got me the interview call from Apple, Amazon, Meta, and eBay. Now, what people do is they make resume like this, neat and clean, right? It looks neat and clean, good, very flashy, very good. But this resume will not even pass the ATS filters. A recruiter will not even, like, they will not even get a chance to look into this resume because it didn't even go to the second round. The ATS filters did not, were not able to pass through this because of the way you have put the pictures, the way you have used the fonts, the images which you have used. All these things will never help. Neat and clean resume is your best resume out there. Simple. What is more important is what you write in that resume, which is relevant to the job types you are applying for. That is more important than anything. Okay. Now, step number three, never apply after 3 p.m. or on weekends. Now, understand the logic behind what we are doing here. And I have been a hiring manager in past, so I know these tools in and out. So as an end user, as a person who have personally hired probably thousands of people, I know how these things work. So I'm going to give you the exact dynamics of how it works. So let's say you are applying on Wednesday, 5 p.m., 6 p.m., right? You go to work, you come back home, you apply after 6 p.m. You, because that's when you get the time, right? You applied at 6 p.m., 7 p.m., whatever that time frame is. Okay. Now the recruiter will look at your resume. If you get lucky that the ATS filter has moved to the next stage and you got your resume got selected in the second stage for the recruiter to actually look at it. Now, when will recruiter start his or her day? 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock the next day, right? Initial few time frames are typically busy with the meetings and all. So most likely the recruiter will start looking at your resumes around 12ish, after 12, like around afternoon time frame, after lunch time frame. Now 1 o'clock. What time did you apply? You applied a day before around 6 p.m., 7 p.m. And when did the recruiter started looking at the resumes? At 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock the next day. So from 6 p.m. to 2 o'clock the next day, thousands of people have already applied. Where is your resume? Probably on the fourth page, probably on the fifth page, sixth page. Do you think recruiter has time to go on the next button? See these software, how these works. They work like Google. What do I mean by that? So let's say if I go to Google, let's say we search something. Let's say we search project management. Research project management, right? These are some of the results which will come. First, the advertisement, some things. You will say Google project management, this is me. So you will see some things. And now, do you have any time have you clicked on number two, number three, number four, number five? Have you done that? You would have never done that. Probably whatever comes on the first page, you select it and you move on, right? That's the same thing with the ATS softwares. When an ATS software, they just need one person. Number of people who have applied is more than 1,000 plus. The out of those 1,000 plus, at least 100 resumes have passed the ATS filter. Do you think a recruiter has time to go through 100 resumes? Not at all. Out of that 100, they just need one person. So most likely what they will do, they will be looking for candidates who are on the first page, which is typically 10 or 20 on the first page of the ATS filter of the ATS system. And that's from there they start calling them. Simple. If they like it, they move to the next stage. If they don't like it, then they move to the next stage. That is how the recruitment happens for most of the people. Most of the people. So never apply on the weekend. Never apply after 3 p.m.s. Never apply. Keep that in mind. And I gave you the logical reasoning behind it. I just applied for a job at 7 p.m. Amit, if you get a call, you are very lucky. This means your resume is good. But in general, this is a strict no, which I always tell to my students. Sneha asked me this question for an experience. How many pages should be there for a resume? Is it good to be a single page? I don't prefer a single page resume. And the reason why I'm saying that, I typically prefer two-page resume because if your resume is 2 pages, This means you have added more keywords which will help you in the ATS filter. So that's the reason why I prefer 2 page. 3 pages and more become very big, and nobody has time to go through the complete resumes. All they would probably do is they will probably give a quick glance of 20-30 seconds, and that's more than enough. And 2 pages is, I would say, is minimal and it is best. That's what it says. Okay, is picture required? In no, Joyce. What do you mean by clean resume? No colors, no picture, 1 page? No, Adila, that's not what I meant. Clean resume for me means here and there colors, uh, not like fancy colors like these. No image, never any uh, design frameworks, graphics, never, never. This is a neat and clean resume. Neat and clean resume. Let me show you a resume actually. This resume so that you can see it. Okay, so this is a neat and clean resume. You can easily, the font size is good. You can easily read it. If you see, the keywords are bolded over here. On the top, the person can see what are my credentials, what are the certifications I have done. These are the job titles which I have, which I will be applying. So recruiter will probably see this as the first page. If the recruiter likes it, then only they will scroll down. If not, they will, in this 30 seconds, if you're not able to catch the attention of the hiring manager or the recruiter, they will not even scroll down like this. They will never do that. So your first page, the first vision which is in front of me is very, very, very important. Okay. Now, never apply. And step number 4, use the step formula for prompting. Step formula for promptive. Now, what do I mean by step formula? Now, I know how many of you know Chat GPT? Type yes or no on the chat. Do you know what Chat GPT is? Type yes or no on the chat. How many of you know Chat GPT? Is there anyone who doesn't know what Chat GPT is? As so far, everyone knows, everyone knows that, right? AI, AI, AI. Okay, let's talk about that now. Think of Chat GPT as your personal assistant. Your personal assistant will only be able to help you if you give everything about yourself to that personal information. Think of it like a robot. A robot is making it neat and clean and nicer way of doing it. But if robot doesn't know what to do, how to do, then you cannot do that. So the most important thing is understand how to do prompting in Chat GPT, which is very, very important. So, and the formula used is step. Step is step number 1, S, situation. Situation is define the context. T is task, right? Task means give specifics. E is expectations. And then P is preview, which is give examples, right? I know, lot of theory. I'm not a theory guy. Let me show it to you live so that you can understand. So first is I worked as a job title for a name type company in the industry name industry space. So what they did, first step I did was I gave them a define a context. A context I gave that, hey, I worked as blah, 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 blah. So that is the context which you gave. Then is task, specifics. What do you actually want? Give them specifics into this. Then kindly give me some 3-4 lines related to this role, which I will add before the summary bulleted points of my professional experience in that blah, blah, blah. So basically the second statement should be specifics of what you actually need. So that is your T, which is your task. E stands for expectations. Expectations is basically define any constraints or issues, whatever you think you will have. So make sure you add this related keywords as per the resume. Add some notable quantitative achievement. So what I'm doing, I'm making the keywords bold. I am putting the quantitative achievements. So I'm specifically, so that's the constraint that I just don't want a paragraph. I wanted these. So whatever constraints you think or wherever you want to put it as special, give that information. And finally, P. P is your preview, which means give example. What do I mean? Copy paste the sample job. So you select the job which you are applying for, copy paste that job, and then put it into the resume. Now I'm going to show it to you so that you can understand a little bit better. Okay. So this is my same prompt, which I shared it with you. I'll go to Chat GPT. Okay. This is Chat GPT. I worked as a job title. So let's say I was working as a project manager, as a project manager for a name, company, and industry. So let's say I was working as a project manager for, let's say, Amazon. Okay. For Amazon in product. And Amazon is a product based company, right? So we can say that Amazon slash product based company in the industry name. What is the industry Amazon is? Amazon is in e-commerce. E-commerce. Kindly give me 3, 4 laws related to the project manager role which I'm applying. So let's say if I'm applying for a project manager role. So you type in over here, project manager. I'll be applying to. Make sure you add project management related, project manager related keywords that are add some notable quantitative achievements. I'm applying for this job. So let's say I'm applying for which job? Let's pick up a job also. Let's say I'm applying for this Aventus job. And this is the key responsibilities, right? So copy paste this key responsibilities. Okay. Copy paste this key responsibilities and just remove it, put it and do enter. And now see the magic. Here is the 3, 4 line. Dynamic project manager with 8+ years of experience leading cross-function, blah, 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 resulting in 20% improvement in operational, 15% this, adapted this. See this. Simple. Simple. Now this is full of keywords. Put this in front of your whatever job you are applying as a project manager at this is always typically you will see resumes where directly the bullet points come that I did this, right? That's a typical way. Instead of doing this, always add 3, 4 lines, some information about what you do and how I got this 3, 4 lines from this. Simple. How much time it took me? 2 minutes. Not even 2 minutes. That's how it happens. Simple. Okay. Now, but very important is read through the answers which you get. If you think something you have not worked on, remove that statement because chat gpt may give you that kind of information as well. Because see, don't put anything false, don't put anything which you have not worked on. The reason why I'm saying that is because you will be the one who would be, the interviewer will anyways ask you those questions. So maybe because of this you get an interview call, but when you are in the system, when the hiring manager is actually asking questions, you may not know that. So don't falsify any information. This is a tool just to make sure that your resume becomes better with all those important keywords and everything. That's what I want. All I don't want anything false information coming from you. Okay. Next, this is just one way of doing it. Then what we have to make, this is just one step. But in the end, if you want to make sure that your resume is very good, you need to add more and more keywords. This is very important. So what we do is, let's go to prompt number 2, which is give me 20 keywords for this. So give me 20 keywords for, and I'm using the same example of the position which we are applying, which is the same. I've already copy pasted it and just do enter. This will give you the 20 keywords. Now, what is your job? Your job is, if these are the 20 keywords from this particular job, make sure that these 20 keywords are part of your resume. You have to do something or the other to make sure these are, of course, if you have worked on it, like this, if let's say you are from IT, have you not worked on technology solutions? Have you not worked on business IT alignment, IT requirements gathering? Irrespective of whatever your title is, have you not worked on requirements gathering? I mean, that's a bread and butter for anyone. So add those keywords in your resume. Okay. Mm-hmm. Then type 20 related keywords as per resume tier. Top 20 job type related keywords. Now your job is to make sure that you add keywords related to the job type also. What do I mean by that? Let's say you're applying for project manager. So write down top 20 keywords for project manager job type. Whatever your job type is, project manager job type. These are the list of keywords. What is your job? make sure that these keywords are part of your resume. Make sure it does. If you do it, all these steps which I'm asking you to do is, this is just increasing your ATP score over here, ATS score. Once you start doing that, your ATS score will improve and the chances of you getting an interview call increases. Simple. And then next is rephrase as per resume ATS. Make sure important keywords are bolded. Okay. Now people say, the Varun, how can I add it? How can I add it? Okay. I'll show it to you how to add it even. Okay. I'll just copy paste this prompt. Okay. Add it over here and see how I'm going to do this for you. Rephrase as per resume. Make sure important keywords, add keyword 1 and keyword 2. Okay. What does that mean? So let's say I took this keyword 1 from the job type role you did. So you do project planning. So you remove this keyword 1 with project planning and it says keyword 2. Go back and let's say cross functional teams is my another keyword and do this in the below statement. And the below statement could be your current statement from your resume, which means just copy paste this, let's say, copy paste this statement and add it over here. And here comes the magic. Led cross-functional teams in project planning and delivery of software development for the PMO, ensuring successful projects execution within time, scope, time, and budget contains. See this. Just with this thing, you are able to add all the keywords and don't write anything wrong. All I'm asking you, you read yourself how it needs to be done. And within probably the first time you work on your resume, it may take you 3 hours. It may take you 4 hours. But the resume, when it comes out of it, trust me, your probability of getting an interview call will significantly increase just by doing these small things which I'm asking you to do. Simple as that. And make sure those keywords are bolded because that's very, very important. Okay. Now, before we move to secret number 2, type it on the chat. Do you think what I gave it to you so far, your timing is being well spent? Do you think I gave value to you? Type yes or no on the chat. Do you think? Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Amazing. Very much. Thank you. Exactly. Thank you. Great. Now, thank you. It's great session. Thank you, Naseem. Thank you so much. Okay. Next one. Next one. Lot of people have this thought process. Hey, what is this? What is this? It's just chat GPT. We can just make those changes. What's a big deal in that? The problem is not, I'm not teaching you something which is out of the world. I am admitting it myself. What is important is the people who will actually go back and take those steps now. And that becomes on your own motivation. Now, let me ask this question and be honest to yourself. How many of you will actually go back and make those changes? Type yes or no on the chat. How many of you will actually go back and make those changes? I want to know that. Give this promise to yourself that you will do this. If you are looking for a job, please do this. It's not rocket science. It's pure and pure English, which I'm teaching you. Simple. Thank you. Inshallah. Absolutely. Thank you for doing that. And you're doing this for yourself. You're not doing it for someone else. You're doing this for yourself. You're doing this for your family. Okay, good. Thank you. We'll do it right now. Wait, Naseem, I'm going to teach you more things. Do it after the class. And you will have this recording on the UAE chapter also YouTube channel. So you can go back, pause it, and you can use it. Simple. Thank you. Thank you. Amazing. Next, let's talk about your LinkedIn now. 99.9% of the LinkedIn profiles don't even rank on the first page of LinkedIn. Now, what do I mean by that? What do I mean by that? Okay, how many of you, how many of you, okay, how many of you know what SEO is? Do you know what SEO is? Type yes or no on the chat. What is SEO? SEO, search engine optimization. No. Okay, Zishan says no. So let me tell to Zishan what SEO is. SEO is that when I type, whatever I type on Google project management, right? I type Google project management, whatever I type, whatever things are coming on the first page, like this is a sponsored ad, this is an SEO. This is an SEO. This is an SEO. Like, what if I'm not on the second page? Like, this is me. So our YouTube channel also came into picture. So this means these videos which I have made or these texts which are came, they are SEO compliant. This means you are on the first page of Google. Okay, now let me ask this question. How many of you know that how many of you know there is SEO for LinkedIn? Do you know there is SEO for LinkedIn also? Say yes or no on the chat. Do you know there is SEO for LinkedIn also? Yes, no, no, yes, no, 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 no. Right? No, no, no. Okay. A lot of people don't know this, right? And be honest to yourself. Be honest to me. It's very important for you. And in the end, you're gonna get benefit only, right? Okay. Now, what does that mean? Because LinkedIn works on this, and I want to make sure that you know this. Okay. Now, LinkedIn, right? This is LinkedIn. When, let's say, there is a recruiter or a hiring manager who is looking for project manager roles, what they will do, you know what they will do, let's say I'm a recruiter and I need a project manager, I'm not getting any good candidate, what will I do? I'll go to the search criteria on the top, I will type project manager, you see project manager, I'll type project manager. Okay, I will click on the people, not the jobs, I'm a recruiter, I'll click on people. When I click on people, these are the results which are coming. These are the results. So see this. Jigger is coming, Abhishek is coming, Maxine is coming, Lauren is coming, blah, 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 blah. All these people. Nobody will go on second page. The recruiter will not go on second, third, fourth page until unless they don't get a good candidate from the first. See the number of results. 18 million. 18 million results. Of course, I can go, in detail also, like in New York and Dubai and whatever. But see the results, how it comes. This is an SEO. How Jigger is coming on my first page, like the first result. When you do it, Jigger may not come for you. You know why? Because LinkedIn works on an SEO algorithm. Like on LinkedIn, I have mentioned, if you see, I have mentioned that I'm based out of New York. You see this, New York? You see this, right? It's a way which we're doing it. So LinkedIn will show you the results which is closer to New York. Like see this, New York City. This is New York. This is Bloomfield, New Jersey. Close to New York, very close to New York. See this, New York. So I will be shown results which is close to the city which I have mentioned. So first takeaway, make sure on your LinkedIn, always mention a big city. Like don't mention, let's say if you're looking for a job in Dubai and let's say you're based out of Sharjah, don't mention Sharjah, mention Dubai. So that someone who is like a recruiter needs a job in Dubai or someone, your location should be Dubai. Very important aspect so that the SEO shows you the good result. Then see the keywords over here, project manager, whatever. Let me just go to Jigger's profile. When I go to Jigger's profile, when we go down, see what he has written. Results driven senior scrum master with tens of blah, 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 blah. Whatever he has written in this particular role, he has added lot of, see the strategy, leadership, risk, agile, end-to-end project life cycles. He has uses, see the seasoned senior project manager. He has used the keyword project manager multiple times in the about section. Then if you see his past experience, you see the scrum master, project manager. If your job title exactly matches with the type of job you are applying for, then your probability of getting an interview call, I mean, your probability to be on this page of LinkedIn is lot. So make sure that your title is same as compared to what are the type of jobs you are applying for. That's how the LinkedIn will show you on this first page of Google. I mean, first page of LinkedIn. And trust me, no recruiter will go to the second page. So first is secret number two, the elevator technique, which is how to create an SEO friendly LinkedIn profile in less than 30 minutes. I'm not making this up. In 30 minutes, you can have a good looking LinkedIn profile. Very, very important. So step number one is optimize your LinkedIn profile. Optimize means, what does optimize means? I'll go to this. Optimize means what is the name? What is the title? What are you reading? Like helping professionals, ACE PMP land their dream jobs and fast track their career with real world stats. That's my pitch because I'm not looking for a job. What should be your project manager word should be here? Helping project managers, helping organizations to make 10% efficiency in project, something related to the type of job you are applying for. Very important. Then your about section, whatever you teach, you can probably see over here is very important. Make sure it has properly added keywords into this. And finally, thing is like experience sections of whatever you have experience worked on, make sure you matches it with what you do it in the past. So that's it. That's all is needed. Very simple. And I'm going to show it to you right away. So first is have a catchy LinkedIn headline, and you can actually use chat GPT, put your resume on the chat GPT, and I'm going to show it to you if you want. Let me show it to you. This is my resume, right? Let me copy, copy, and I'll go to chat GPT. Let me write this. Give me a catchy LinkedIn headline. This is my resume. I just copy pasted my resume. Oops, 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 oops. But anyways, I'm not using ChatGPT, so you can see this. But see this, it result time. Okay, just give me 1 minute. Let me log in also so that you can see it.
I think just letting you know that we are already over time. So we are left for the third secret as well. So
Okay.
I think so best be reminding you of.
Okay, fair enough, fair enough, fair enough, fair enough. Thank you. I mean, I'm teaching so many things, so sorry
Yeah,
about that.
no problem.
Okay, so this is the prompt. An example I'm gonna be quickly doing with you. I want you to write a catchy LinkedIn headline. This is about me. I'm currently a job title at company name. So you mentioned the company name. I want you to mention that as the first statement. These are more things about me. Copy paste all your professional summary bulleted points. Add quantitative statement from the job role I'll be applying the job for. Very simple. I'm going to do one thing for you and do this for me. I will be copying this prompt for you, copied from the chat section. Everyone copied from the chat section and go back and do this. Go back and do this. Okay. Okay, guys, copy this chat. Copy this message which I've shared it with you. When you go back, make sure you make those changes. It's a very simple process. I've already made the prompt for you. Make sure you did this. Okay, good. Now, this is your prompt number one. Just one example. Third is a have an SEO friendly about section. There is a prompt for about section also. And then very important is add the right set of connections. Now, this is very important. Add the right set of connections. Now, let me go back and I want to show you a few things on this. Now, add the right set of connections. Now, what do I mean? So LinkedIn, when it comes on the first page of this LinkedIn, you will typically see second level connection. You see this word second level, second level, second level. See this. Typically, LinkedIn will show you second level. Second level connection means that you are, if you are my, let's say, like so many people have given me LinkedIn requests now, right? I have around 50,000 plus followers. So what does that means? If let's say you are applying, if you do this and a recruiter is looking, okay, that's fine, guys. Suraj, Amit, that's fine. Anchal will send an email or something. We will take care of this request. We'll send it if you want. That's not a big deal. I will share it with you all. Don't worry about it. Okay. Now, unfortunately, that's fine. It's okay. Now, what does that mean? Think from this perspective. I'm a recruiter and let's say you both, one of them is connected with me. Let's say you and I are connected. You and I are connected with me. You is connected with me, and a recruiter is also connected with me. Let's say recruiter is also. So when a recruiter is looking for a project manager role, then the chances of you coming on this first page significantly increases just because you are a connection and the recruiter is also my connection. So add the right set of connections. What does that mean is just don't just add every Tom, Dick, and Harry in your. No, don't do that. Add which is relevant. If let's say you're looking for a project manager, make sure you are adding project manager. Add lot of project managers, add recruiters, very important. Add hiring managers, add them. Make sure and don't just send us requests like this. It's not going to help you. Give them something value. Talk more about mentorship. Very, very important. Like, hey, I see that you are into project management. You have an great experience. Can we get connected? Can I get some valuable insight? Something like that. Non-salesy. Please make sure you're not selling anything. Don't blast them with messages. I'm looking for jobs. No, no, no. Just non-salesy message to them while you get them connected. That's it. And people will connect. If you do 10 people, maybe 3 people connect. And for that, you just have to be regular and do it on a daily basis. Oops. Reality shocker number 3. I know we have to quickly do the third secret also. So I'll quickly jump over this. 92%, 92.3 within your friends and family are not happy with your success and happy. This is a sad reality of life. This is a sad reality. If you share it with your friends and all those people that, hey, can you help me with finding a job? Nobody's going to help you. I mean, I'm sorry, I can't speak about everyone, but 92.3% of people are not happy with the way you are succeeding in your life. But these bunch of strangers, are okay to help. But what is important is consistency. Consistency is very, very important. So, secret number three is the network ninja technique. What do I mean by that is how to understand the one strategy 95% of job seekers overlook to find their perfect job. As I said before, you will get the interviews, you will get the job because of a network. That's like the most important reason someone gets a job. So, this means you need to have the right set of connections in your team and how to do the job search, which is very, very important. So, why are you looking for a new job or why do you want to get a promotion? Type A or B on the chat. What do you think? What is your reason? Are you doing it for yourself or are you doing it? Oh, the poll is open. Thank you so much. Type quickly, 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 A or B. Why do you want to get a promotion? Why do you want to get a job? I want to do it for myself. I want to do it for my family. What is your reason? Okay. Let's end the poll. Let's end the poll. Quickly, quickly, quickly. End the poll also. Let's share the results. 68% of people are doing it for themselves. 32% of people are doing it for their family. It doesn't matter. You're doing it for yourself or you're doing it for your family. It doesn't matter. What matters is the hard work and the consistency which is needed to do that. Step number one, shut off all your distraction. This will not happen overnight. It will take hard work and effort. If you are serious about it, make sure you spend 1 to 2 hours on yourself. You're not doing it for your anyone else. You're doing it for your family or you're doing it for yourself. It's in the end you only or your family. So make sure you keep on giving this 1 to 2 hours of the time. Step number two, your mentor is your best friend. Make sure you have a mentor. Please, please, please make sure you have a mentor. A mentor can be anyone. It can be from your last job, it can be from your current job, it can be any stranger. I can be your mentor. I don't know. Every people who are very, very successful, they have mentors. Jeff Bezos, Amazon's boss, right? He has a mentor. Bill Gates has a mentor. If everyone can have a mentor, why can't you have a mentor? So please make sure you get the mentor who can actually favor. There are, if you reach out to 10 people, maybe one person reply, but reach out to someone whom you already know so that it's easier for you to get those connections to that. Step number three, use Boolean search, use 622 rule. Now, what do I mean by 622 rule? Very important. Let's say if you're applying for 10 jobs a day, 6 jobs, it's not important that you have to apply for your own industry. Let's say you are in e-commerce industry. Let's take an example, e-commerce. Let's say you work for Amazon. What does that means? What is the two rule? Two is your similar industry, and remaining two is relevant competitor. Who is the competitor of Amazon? Walmart, eBay, Flipkart, right? So 2 jobs you always have to apply from competition. 2 jobs you have to apply from similar industry. Similar industry is like e-commerce, but very similar to e-commerce. Something, let's say you are in IT, then it doesn't matter your industry. And 6 jobs you have to apply for anything. Doesn't matter your industry also. Never hesitate, but use this networking technique to apply for jobs. And trust me, things will work in. And step number four is land your dream job and shout on top of your voice. Tell to everyone that you did this hard work, you did this unique, different things to get the value out of it. So simple as that. So how to land 3 techniques. First is the Codebreaker technique, which means first make a good resume, ATS friendly resume. Two is your elevator technique. Have a good LinkedIn profile, SEO friendly LinkedIn profile. And third is the network ninja. Add the right set of connections in your job search, which is gonna help you out. Okay, let's discuss some questions. Annie, I'm sorry, I was not looking at the questions at all. There were just too many things. Anchal, do you want to take it forward, please?
Yeah, actually, I think a couple of people are already leaving around, but
Okay.
definitely some people have posted the questions around there. Again, I think you have already shared some like what is the ATS compatible CV format. You showed already. You have
Mhm.
already told the number of pages in the CV should be two, ideally, not more, not less. There's a question like, is there any filter in the ATS softwares?
There are a lot of filters in the ATS softwares. As I said, I don't want you to use any ATS software. I want you to use these tricks and techniques, which is better. Job scan, Jason is asking me, that's a good tool. I would not deny that. But again, the problem happens is that they give you free for 2, 3, and after that, it's a paid subscription. Never pay for it. Create a parent resume, a master resume, which is going to help you out. Simple.
Okay, great. I think there was one question which I saw between the chat, a very relevant one, but somebody was asking that nowadays is the ATS is able to detect the AI generated, AI copy pasted CV and it automatically rejects it. Is
It's
it
a it's a
correct?
it's a very good question. Very good question. Whosoever has asked, and Ahmed, I'm going to answer your question also. Give me a few minutes on that. So all these companies, if you have created your resume purely on your ATS, then that's not going to help you. No, that is not what you need. If you see how I picked up a statement from my current resume, and then I added those keywords into this for that particular position. That helped me to do that. So I didn't do a copy paste of the complete ATS. We can probably create a resume out of, just put a job link and you can get a resume out of that. But uh, it could be a risky slope. I don't want you to do that. Use it strategically the way I have asked you to do. And also, someone asked me that how many keywords are needed. The more you add, the better it is. Your goal should be that in each statement you will write, you should have at least one or two keywords, one and two keywords in your each statement. So if you are from start till the very end, probably it can have 50, 60, 80 keywords. So the more you add, better, but don't go more than 2 pages. Next question.
Thank you. I think you already answered this one. Somebody's asking, should be a mix of bullet and paragraph, or right? I believe it should be mix.
It should be mixed on some sections, but mostly it should be bulleted. Mostly it should be bulleted, because if you see this, people don't have time to read paragraphs. It looks very cluttered. If you see this,
Yeah.
now everyone can see it easily that there are bullet points. I have bolded the keywords, so it's very, very easy. But just in the company section, little bit of text as a paragraph, and that too not big, just 3, 4 lines, but mostly it should be bulleted points.
Thank you. I think that's too much now. I think rest of the questions can be redirected to you. You have already shared your LinkedIn. People will get in touch with you. We're already 8:51 now. So for the interest of the time, guys, thank you so much for being so cooperative. We overran the time, but I think it was so phenomenal. It was so helpful. It was everybody engaged and encouraged about it. I don't want to stop the flow from Varun. But thank you, Varun. I think it's very smart suggestions you have shared with us. Really appreciate it. Your techniques are quite useful, and of course the session will be recorded. People can go through from the YouTube channel back and can connect with you if they like to. But I really appreciate, I think quite relevant, and we see that only 5% people are happy in the jobs. So I think we have addressed quite over 95% of the population already. So great,
Correct.
kudos man,
Correct.
kudos,
Great.
great.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Bye bye, guys. Take care. Bye
Thank you
bye.
guys.
Thank you.
We will take care of it, and we will see in the next webinar next week.
Bye
See
bye.
you.